What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohemian, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. If I see you without one, I'm gonna pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. No filler, no pop-ups. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. It's the Monday Mayhem Warriors. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here at the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, PA. And I'm going to toss to Mad Mike because I'm choking on something. Yay!
Yo, it's Monday. It is Monday, and my camera's too high. There we go, so you can see Adam Cole and the babies.
There it is.
Sorg, spoiler alert, I actually watched the main event of Raw tonight.
Whoa, that's like the only thing I watched tonight. But, well, of Raw at least, right? So,
yeah.
But definitely, I definitely watched most of Dark. I ran out of time to finish Dark because it was like 2.5 hours tonight. And I
how many squash matches was it? 37.5?
Mike, their enhancement,
so
competitive contests. Okay. And
sure
it is delightful. Okay.
Sorg, how many times is it person I've seen before versus person I haven't seen before and person I've seen before wins?
Listen.
You know how this game is played, Mad Mike.
I just asked a simple question.
You ask a simple, condescending question, and you will get attacked.
I'm sorry.
Ask stupid questions. Get attacked.
Sorry. Did we
That's
not
the
all grow
of the Monday
up?
Night Mayhem Warriors.
Did we not
That's
all?
the new credo here.
Did we not all grow up enjoying WWF superstars here in this crew? I don't see what the issue is. That's why
that was an hour long.
That was an hour long. Sure.
This is 2.5.
And I enjoy it.
And also, superstars always had one match versus with guy I know versus guy I know.
Oh boy, listen, we've had multiple QT what's his faces.
I don't count QT Marshall.
QT Marshall crew against like Dustin Rhodes. Like, come on, you got.
I need to step in.
You got the Hardy Party.
Mad Mike, if you don't have a basic appreciation for QT Marshall, you are a lost cause in my eyes.
We can't even
there's
talk
no
you in
point
this.
in us continuing this discussion.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not going to try to turn you.
I like his crew.
Go on.
I like his crew.
I like
everyone.
Too.
I like everyone in his crew. I can't stand him.
Good.
It might
not for the reason. No, it's called Go Away Heat.
Oh, really?
No.
Like half of the Raw roster has that for me right now.
Yes,
so
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Basically,
right.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
No.
All right.
No. We discussed last night. This phenomenon. We had Bradley and Rob here watching the pay-per-view, and Sheamus comes out, and it's like, I can't really care for Sheamus, and I'm like, I like Sheamus. I do like Sheamus.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't care for what he does.
I like Sheamus a whole bunch, but he's not the guy.
I like a lot of guys on WWE. There are combinations of people that in matches that I'm saying like that could be a good match, but I can't be made to care for them. I just don't have time to invest in WWE.
Sheamus is not in a position where his status is befitting where he's at.
It's not. I mean, it's his status. It's his present. Just like everything is just like, and then here's the next thing, and I'm just there. Versus, in comparison, it's like, no, I'll watch this glorified WWF Superstars, which does have actually significant matches on it. I mean, not to the point of some of these other ones, but still, like it's like it's like Hardy, Hardy people against Dark
Can't
Order
even
people.
finish the sentence. It has significant matches without throwing in a butt.
There are stakes to the matches.
Has
on
there
Dark,
ever been a
and there
title
are
defense
stakes-
on
Shut up.
Dark?
There's
No,
more
no,
things-
I'm asking.
No, no,
I'm
no.
asking.
Actually,
You
I
know
think there
what?
has.
question
I
because
think there
I don't
has.
I'll
know.
go back and I'll check the lore after we're done with the
All
show,
right.
and we'll
I'm-
see if there's ever
I'm
been a
sim-
title defense, since that's all that freaking matters in your eyes.
No,
when
I'm
it comes to
simply
these
asking a
shows.
question because I
You
don't
asked
know.
me if there are ever stakes to these matches, and I'm telling you there are stakes to the matches on Dark and Elevation. They are low stakes.
Yeah.
You know, we are looking at people coming in for basically tryout matches, seeing if they're any good, seeing how much they get,
Yeah.
seeing how much offense they're able to get in on these name brand people that they're going up against, and that helps you judge whether this person will. And then
I
if
mean,
you see someone
there's a
for 3
whole
or 4 or
yeah.
5 or 6 weeks in a row, you're like, hey, these guys are getting a serious look. Maybe these are someone people to keep an eye on. So those are the stakes of the matches
Mike
on
Matt,
Dark Elevation, and then every once in a
Yeah.
while you get an intriguing matchup where two people come together who appear to be kind of sort of on the same level, and you get to see which one is above them on the pecking order. Like
Matt-
tonight, you saw the Private Party versus
Mhm.
the Dark Order combo.
Mhm.
The Private Party won. So that's
Mhm.
a little pecking. I mean, that's kind of a
Yeah.
Okay.
maybe
Yeah.
not quite dead even there, but you get to see which one's a little
It's
bit
not
higher
for
on the
everybody.
pecking
Okay.
order.
But I'm
As
feeling-
opposed to Raw,
I never.
where you will see.
All right, hold on,
It's
hold on,
okay.
hold on, hold on.
Let him finish his point.
No,
Let
it's
him
okay,
finish
it's
his
okay.
point.
Mad Mike, no, it's okay, Sorgy. It's okay, Sorgy. It's okay, Mad Mike. I'm not dragging you through the mud on this one.
I'm not
I'm dragging
defending
Raw
Raw.
through I know.
We're
I
not
know
saying you
dragging-
are. We're just that's
No,
the.
it's okay, it's okay.
What
Back
do
down.
we
No,
have to
it's
talk
okay.
about
It's
today?
okay. I don't want this to turn into a, I'm an Apple guy and I'm a PC guy thing.
No.
That's absurd because that's not the way this game should be played. This is me being upset at Raw. This has nothing to do with
Okay.
you, Mad Mike.
Same
Okay.
here.
I'm not
Same here.
dunking on you. I'm not dragging you through the mud. I'm just using this to segue into my own personal gripes with Raw.
Guys, I got news.
Seeing matches
Guys,
that,
I
no
got.
matter what the outcome is, are essentially meaningless. That's
Yes, I got breaking news.
Oh, breaking news.
I got breaking news. You know how mad I am at Raw? Okay? You know how mad I am at Monday Night Raw, and I'm not going to be able to hear you right now. After all these years, I've been sitting on Batista's face. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It broke.
Wow.
You broke your Armageddon chair?
It's literally
my
breaking
Armageddon chair.
news.
I broke it.
Sorg, you
After
just had
all these
literal
years.
breaking news.
I literally had breaking news as I broke something in the studio of significant value? I don't know.
Sorg, come on. All right, I think we need to all calm down for right now. I have a slight toy update.
Okay.
Anything's better than talking about the wrestling.
Exactly. I got 3 pops this weekend. They're great. I got a Kevin Smith pop from Amazon. It's fantastic. And we had an actual toy and collectibles fair this weekend. And I went with my mask on and everything. And I found this Eddie Guerrero WrestleMania 20 pop, which comes with a WrestleMania 20 pin that I'm trying to get an angle on. Yeah, it's right. It's in there. You can't see it, but because of the reflection, but it's in there. And Sorg, did you know 7-Eleven had pops?
No, I was curious after I saw that sticker.
It's a Stone Cold Steve Austin with the smoking skull belt and the WWE title.
And it's a 7-Eleven exclusive.
It's a 7-Eleven exclusive.
I got to get my ass down to my 7-Eleven. It's right down the street. I could probably be there and back before this show ends.
But yeah, so I figure we need to take the tempo down. So I missed the pay-per-view last night with y'all.
Right.
I did watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I have an idea.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to have some follow up on this.
Okay.
Yes.
And also, I have another point on AEW Dark that we'll get to later, but we're out of that zone now. I have a very salient point about AEW Dark.
I enjoyed most of the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I thought the pay-per-view was pretty good.
Yeah.
One ridiculousness thing and one just kind of lame match for me. I didn't really care about that.
Yeah.
Was a tag title match.
Okay.
Kind of knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But so the Bianca and Bayley match intrigues me. I think we can carry this until SummerSlam. And I would not be shocked if we go hair versus hair.
Mm-hmm.
I can see like the writing on the wall with that, or the writing on the back of Bayley's head.
Yeah.
I think it's entirely possible, and I think that'd be a really interesting conceit to do. Like I think that'd be a really good idea.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I think that'd be good. And I'm with you on that. Like, as much as we rail about Monday nights and everything, like the pay-per-views, like Impact, like I watched Under Siege a little bit before, most of it after the pay-per-view on Sunday night, because we were working with Prospect Pro Wrestling out in Freeport, PA, on Saturday night while Under Siege was happening, but or premiering, I guess. But I don't watch any Impact Wrestling, but I'll tune in when they have an Impact special or a pay-per-view or something, right? Same thing with the Ring of Honor. I'm barely catching up on that thing. I'm catching up on the news. I'm catching up what's going on with it with Just Pro Wrestling News.
Thank you.
JustProWrestlingNews.com, the finest podcast with all your wrestling news in 5 minutes or less. But that's it. That's all I need. That's all I need. I'll share Danhausen and PCO promos, and every time Shane Taylor says he's going to kill somebody, sure. But I'm not on the weekly. Like, I don't have. I just don't, if I'm feeling froggy, I'll watch a New Japan Strong or whatever show was this morning or something like that. But like it's I've really or hey, let's throw out some UK or something when Matt's like saying it's really good, like something like that, NXT UK, which it was really good last week, by the way.
It was really good last
week. It was really
week.
good,
Yeah,
by
you're right.
the way. So I mean, it's just I'm just, there's no reason. And again, I would just continue to preach this. There is no reason for you to keep watching wrestling you hate. Okay? Even us that, like, for journalistic integrity here.
Unless you have to write a news update about it in the morning.
Yeah,
then,
unless your assignment is like Monday Night Raw, or you have to do some other menial, not menial is not the word I want, or repetitive work task that involves meticulously watching Monday Night Raw maybe a couple of times for some reason, then then you got a reason to hate watch it, right? So I mean, you know what I'm talking about, Mike.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're throwing there.
Okay.
Speaking of watching things that I'm not necessarily a fan of, I want to preface this by saying I'm very happy for Tamina.
Yeah.
I am. I'm very happy
good
for
her.
Tamina.
Like, seriously good for her, because I feel like she's been shit on that company for like 10 years. So
exactly, she's been there for over 10 years, and this is her first championship ever. So I'm happy for her. She was on Talking Smack. Very emotional. Like, it was honestly it touched me. It was very, very emotional, very lovely. All that being said, she's gonna lose her tag titles to Alexa Bliss and Nadal.
Is that what we're doing now? It is what we're doing now. I did see that interview tonight.
I mean, kind of sounds like that's where we're going.
But also, Natalya, the very few things that I actually tuned in on, Natalya just completely like, let's give her and Nadal a chance in this thing. And to me, it's like, I ain't down with this.
I did like Natty. Like, Natty's like, listen, I've been through a lot. She talks with the doll. It's okay.
It's not the weirdest thing
she's
experienced.
Out. I love how the hard question was, what's your favorite color? As if no one in Natalya's entire career can't guess what her favorite color is.
Absolutely, right? I mean, it's one of those. Again, she's an extended member of the Hart family. She's seen some shit. So, yeah, also, This leans into what Mike was saying about repetitive storylines, where we got 2 nights in a row with the non-title open challenge. Okay, sure. You know, I guess they didn't. They had to pay for that one first time around. Actually, no, they didn't because it was a kickoff show. That's free. So Sheamus last night with Rick O'Shea. Did he also steal Sheamus's clothes tonight?
No, I think Sheamus got his clothes back tonight.
He got his clothes back tonight? Okay.
But I think Ricochet held on to him all night. They had to spend the night with Ricochet under the
at least
stipulations of the match last night.
At least we finally have gotten to the point where everyone has said the joke that we said years ago in Lucha Underground.
Rick O'Shea?
Rick O'Shea.
Yeah. I'm glad that that's a thing. And also, I did see on my so my Apple TV has the next episode thing pop up, and it does look like there's a Mustafa Ali versus Ricochet 3 this week on main event.
That sounds about right.
From what I understand, because why not? So I'm going to have to check that out here before the show tomorrow.
The word on the street is it's also on the main event is the first Nikki Cross match in months, perhaps.
Yeah.
That's something to look forward
I
to.
saw she was
Naomi, right?
Yeah.
I saw she was all over the lumberjack match tonight. What was that about?
Hey, you know what? If we pair Nikki Cross with the Viking Raiders,
yeah,
I'm here for it.
Hello.
I'm here for it.
Hello.
Like, pair Nikki Cross with the Viking Raiders and then have them go for the titles and have Nikki just try to literally climb a moss. I'm okay with that.
God, I just looked over and I think I found my homework for this week.
Oh boy,
I can tell you. I think Matt will like it. I need to save that one. Okay.
Great.
Anyways, and we might have a friend commenting on it. So what I'm thinking, I had a point. Damn it.
All right. You collect yourself.
I have questions.
Okay.
I have questions as the one that did not pay much attention to Raw. Did we explain what? Did we have any aftermath to the fact that 2 individuals, 2 WWE superstars, were allegedly eaten by zombies last night?
I'm glad you asked, Sorg.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Johnny Drip Drip showed up unharmed.
To be fair, we don't know necessarily what happened to him.
I mean, yeah, he was that. It's not like he was like dogpiled as the Miz was
exactly
at the end of the match.
And
so
he is
perfectly understandable.
He is Boone the Bounty Hunter.
Right.
I'm sure Boone has had to deal with zombies.
So he was asked how he's doing, and he replied with many zombie puns, several zombie puns, very amusing. And then they said that no one had heard from the Miz since last night. So I still don't understand. Like, I was ready for them to like totally like backpedal out of this thing because at the moment there has not been a clarification. So right now, zombies are real in WWE canon.
Okay,
until they are made unreal.
To be fair, zombies are real in wrestling as a whole.
Yeah.
There was one in the ECW reboot.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, we have Abaddon.
I believe that was presented as a bad gimmick that was murdered by the Sandman.
Excuse me, he was the ECW zombie. That's what
I think they're pretty clear when they were snickering that it was not a shoot zombie. I feel like the zombies last night were presented as like legit zombies, and that this is not Abaddon playing mind games. This is like, oh my God, zombies!
Right, Matt,
the announcers ducked under their desk before they came out.
Matt, I didn't want to have to do this. Zombie.
Yeah, I know.
Zombie.
Yeah, I know.
He's pointing at the Undertaker.
You and
by the way.
Gannon Jones Jr. dropping the Undertaker reference every time we have to discuss terrible WWE storylines. But
he is a shoot zombie. He is.
Okay. All right.
He claims souls instead of brains, but he is a shoot zombie.
I do not believe the Undertaker has ever been explicitly declared a zombie.
Well, then you haven't seen this
WWE. What? Oh.
He's a zombie.
He might use zombie-like tactics
They called
And
him the dead
Mind
man
Game.
walking.
What? That is a nickname.
The
Mad Mike.
Walking Dead.
That is a nickname. That is not saying the Undertaker is a zombie. Here he comes. Gravy, get under the desk.
Here he
Hold
comes
me, Saxton.
back
They're
from
coming.
Matt, we've literally seen him rise from the grave several times.
I know. I've seen it.
Several times.
You know.
Like, several
I don't know.
times.
And how do you explain this, Mad Mike?
Well,
By the way,
I can explain it thusly.
mhm.
The zombies last night clearly seemed to crave brains. Johnny Drip Drip in that persona doesn't seem too intelligent. I liken it to the Simpsons episode from Treehouse of Horror, Dial Z for Zombies, where the zombies break into the Simpsons household, they tap on Homer's brain, and then they say, brains, and walk away. And that's how John Morrison is fine.
So
Yeah, this is a moot point.
yeah.
This is barely worth discussing because this is so par for the course with
You're
this
just
company.
upset
There is
because
no
I
point.
accurately explained it away.
No, it's because you use this lazy Undertaker argument like everyone else
And the
does. It's
Simpsons.
okay though.
So
And
wait,
the Simpsons.
so
which
wait,
has
guys.
Because
everything to
John
do with
Morrison
wrestling.
is dumb. He
Okay.
is not a feast for the zombies.
So guys,
The
hold,
overarching point that is worth making here is that this is par for the course for this company, and it is a waste of our effort to get upset over it anymore.
Well, and speaking of people getting upset, this is of course a promotional situation for Army of the Dead. Army of the Dead.
It's corporate synergy.
Yes. So, well, I don't know how corporate.
Been a lot of that
because
going around lately.
I don't know how corporate because it was for a Netflix movie. But anyways,
Starring Dave Bautista.
well, I mean, yeah.
It's
I mean,
corporate synergy.
I guess it is a little bit. So I love when people were tweeting at Batista, Dave, I love you, but the zombie show on WWE Backlash show was insulting. And he's like, what the fuck you telling me? You think like I booked a bunch of fucking zombies? I'm on a damn plane. Shouldn't you be tweeting Vince? So Batista's just like, I didn't do this. Also,
Apparently
somehow,
there was apparently
Batista
there's,
continues to be the best.
yes.
apparently there was also a back and forth on Twitter during the show last night between Sonya and Adam Pearce, where they were like, "Did you book the Lumberjacks?" And he was like, "Did you book the Lumberjacks?" At least there was that legwork was there.
Okay,
too.
all right.
Yeah.
All very.
See,
It's
I
all-
like
all these
that.
little, the tiny moments that the individuals can twist the can twist it into fitting some sort of logic. Those are when the performers really shine. It's when these broad strokes come across that everything crumbles. But,
I think there is one thing we should mention tonight. Now I don't know how impressive this is on the level of having 2 victories in one night. Kofi Kingston just beat Randy Orton and Bobby Lashley in the same night.
Whoa.
That's it ain't rockin' Austin, but it's pretty up there.
I mean, it's about the best 2 guys they can throw at him right now. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I mean, is this heading for a TV a title defense on Raw? Do you think Kofi's getting a world title match out of this deal?
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
I think it's possible because, like, I honestly the reason I watched the main event on Raw tonight was because it's something fresh, and I have to say, Braun Strowman not being on tonight's show was a sigh of relief for me. Even though I really liked their match last night, I never want to see those 3 together and mixed up again.
No, it seems kind of repetitive at this point, right? And they've done all they can do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure. I feel like a Hell in a Cell between Drew and Bobby is kind of inevitable at this point, given the timing. But
Yeah, it's weird to me that Hell in a Cell is next.
Yeah. Well, they're
It's
mixing
very
it up.
Weird.
They're mixing it up, and they need some space to remind you that we threw people off a building a year ago. So I get that, I suppose. Plus, I mean, we just got rid of the Money in the Bank like in March, right? So
That is true. I forgot. Yeah, Miz really got rid of that thing.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's like the longest one they've had in a long time.
But apparently, Money in the Bank is scheduled to be for July.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
if rumors are to be believed, they will apparently have Money in the Bank in front of live people again.
I
So
can see that.
given the choice between which of those two
Yeah.
shows you want to do in front of the live fans, I think Money in the Bank is probably the better.
So
If you're feeling magnanimous as WWE and you're like, what show do you want to give the live fans, first time out since that one, aside from the WrestleMania deal, I think you'd be like, let's do Money in the Bank.
Well,
People
all
like-
right. Let's go based on that assumption. If you're in front of live fans, who do you give the Money in the Bank to?
If I choose right now, I give it to Damian Priest.
Okay.
He's basically the only guy I can think of right now who's ready to elevate.
it's kind of
As
moonshot.
far as the women go, I don't know. That's a tougher choice. I'm trying to rack my brain on the SmackDown side to see who could be lurking over there, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
there haven't been
you
a
know
lot
what?
of women.
You know what? It only makes sense. Eva Marie needs that briefcase.
Yeah.
I can-
Let's do it.
yeah.
Let's do it.
There haven't been a lot of women coming up on that side, have there?
Well, we got rid of a lot of them.
That's true too. So
We got rid
Nikki
of Zelina,
Cross.
the Iconics.
How about
and Mickie
Nikki
James.
Cross?
Nikki Cross with the briefcase, please, and
Why
put
not?
her on commentary for every women's championship match.
Why not Alexa Bliss?
I was thinking that, but she's already cashed in.
Yeah.
She's cashed in before. Granted, this is a different Alexa Bliss,
Right.
but that character, we don't even really know what it is fully formed yet.
I wonder
know
if
what
they
I
would, if they're gonna, depending on what they're gonna do with Nia and Shayna going long term. I wonder if they would think about giving it to Nia, and having her and Reggie kind of lurking with the briefcase for a little bit. That could be. She's got enough heat to carry that briefcase
think-
around for a while, or to make Reggie carry that briefcase around. That would.
Mhm.
Someone
I think there's someone that we're overlooking, and Alex in the chat room is saying give it to Liv Morgan, which that would be great. But I think there's someone we're overlooking, and I think it's someone who, if we all think about it, is a clear front runner.
Naomi.
Okay.
Sonya Deville.
Shit.
Well, that might not be a bad idea.
Sonya
Hmm.
Deville. Like, I could see it. It would make a whole lot of sense. And she, like, this character work that she's been given has added so much. Like, because she already had pretty good in ring. Like, I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Like, pretty good in ring. Like, very middle to top of the card in ring wise. But this character work that she's had has elevated her a lot.
Mhm.
And I could even see maybe Adam Priest adding her to the match without her knowledge. And then maybe her adding Adam Priest to the Money in the Bank match.
Even Pierce.
Adam Pierce.
Yes.
Adam Pierce, excuse me.
That's okay.
But if I had my pick for the men's, I go Mustafa Ali.
Hmm.
That's what I do. I go Mustafa Ali.
I love it. Even Ricochet, I throw in there.
No.
No?
I'm sorry. Ricochet, he's digressed for me. He's gone down a lot of levels.
Yeah, it's not that he's had a lot to really.
He hasn't had a lot to work with, but this isn't the same Ricochet who was feuding with AJ Styles for the U.S. title.
The distinction between Ali and Ricochet is that Ali can be dynamite on the microphone, and that can make up for any perceived shortcomings in the stature department. So yeah, that would make him viable in my
And
eyes.
usually the Money in the Bank guy has to have some killer chops on the mic.
Alex in the chat room likes Sami Zayn to take the Money in the Bank.
Also,
Hey, if you're gonna elevate
very
him,
compelling choice. But see,
I don't think they have the balls to do it though.
with Sammy, if you give it to him, he has to win. He has to win. If you give it to Sammy, he has to win.
No, he doesn't.
That's the thing you gotta think
No,
of.
he
Too.
doesn't.
It's like
Conspiracy.
whoever they give that briefcase to, you got to be like, do you want this person holding your title, your top title? You know, because you might be put in that situation. Don't do another Otis where you're just kind of not thinking this through completely. Not that Otis wasn't over when he took that briefcase.
I think Otis was given the belt, the briefcase, based on the assumption that we would have live fans for SummerSlam. I truly believe that. Because Otis cashing in live with fans would have gone over huge. But we didn't have fans. And you're not going to have a face cash in Money in the Bank with no fans there to react, canned or otherwise. That's why The Miz got it. Because they're like, well, we don't know when we're going to have live fans back. We may not have live fans back in time for next year's WrestleMania or next year's Money in the Bank. So we need to because Otis, while a strong face at the time, I don't think strong enough to carry the briefcase for a year, because it also doesn't make sense for his character to do that. So I think they had to put it on a heel, someone who could just hold it until they had to get rid of it.
Maybe.
And when WWE needs someone to put a storyline on hold, but still make it kind of compelling, it's almost always going to be The Miz.
Yep. He's the ultimate placeholder.
Yep.
So
he is a Swiss Army knife. They can do anything they want with him.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, that seemed like most of the Raw interesting things going on. Can it go?
Oh, I do have one more thing, and maybe this is a larger issue that we can get into on the main show. Because this happened on AEW and it happened on Raw this week, and I'm really tired of it. When we have celebration segments, can we not have men come out with random women as if they're trophies and prizes? No, like it's 2021.
When did that happen?
That was Bobby Lashley.
Lashley and the Inner Circle both did it. When it's been well established that several of these men are married, several of these men have kids. No, I'm being dead serious about this.
I want to know when we're going to get the woman come out for the championship celebration with a fleet of men. That's what I want.
Exactly. If you're gonna do one, you do the other.
Okay.
Like if you're gonna do it one way, you have to do it the other way.
I mean, and that's one thing I don't like about AEW is like when they do Bash at the Beach, it's like here's women in bikinis just sitting here all night. It's just like,
and why not? Here's a muscle bound jacked lifeguard.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
Like why not that too? Because that's why Baywatch is like more politically correct than you'd think, because it's eye candy for everyone.
It's pretty equivalent.
Like they're not shy about it. They're like, here's something for all of you.
I'm pretty sure everybody ran in slow motion.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean,
Hasselhoff definitely had that chest hair flowing, bouncing up and down when it was all wet. Absolutely,
it was waving in the wind, just like AJ Styles' hair at WrestleMania.
Exactly. But yeah, like it's 2021. We need to stop this bullshit. It's just because they're only out there for the person that's opposing them to casually insult those women. Because even Drew did it, and he's the face.
Yep.
Like it's 2021. We can be better than this.
We can be better than this. You know what?
Look. Pro wrestling has got a lot of things it's got to work on. This being one of them.
Yep.
Yep. Your point is legit and valid.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that we need to work on.
Yes.
So we're gonna work on all this stuff.
Yes.
Well, I think a lot of the stuff would be helped by women in the writers' room.
Yeah, a little bit of
just
that.
In general, like, because if there was even a normal woman when that was pitched, excuse me, question, hi, why is Lashley coming out with a harem of women when he's married with children, and we've seen him and we've talked about his marriage and everything?
Did he also like marry Lana?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I mean, which was also a really horrible
Yep.
situation thing. So,
All of it.
So okay.
Let's just keep Lashley away from women in general.
Let's talk about something that's well developed. Matt, you watched Dark Elevation for the most part tonight, right?
No,
No.
I actually missed a lot of it. But ask me something, and I'm sure I could conjure up
Matt,
an empty opinion on it.
Matt,
So-
what are your thoughts on the Hollywood hunk Nick Nemeth and his faction?
I tell you what. When I first heard that Diet Ziggler is going to be showing up
I was wondering what kind of
in
fun you were gonna
AEW.
go for.
I stole that line, but it's great.
Okay.
That is a stolen line. But when I first heard he was coming to AEW, I was like, ew, get him away. But as time has gone on, I've grown quite fond of him.
And
Matt,
And I've
oh, no,
grown quite fond of his faction.
Mike, let us walk this path for a minute.
I've grown to enjoy the Hollywood hunk. I've grown to enjoy Pretty Peter Avalon.
Mm-hmm.
You damn sure I've grown to enjoy JD Drake, and by proxy, I've grown to enjoy Cesar goddamn Bononi. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Pulling Pretty Peter Avalon
this is what I'm talking about.
out of the tube on his freaking couch on wheels. It's so stupid, Sorg.
Mm-hmm.
No one does stupid, endearing gimmicks quite like AEW
No,
does. Especially on Dark. Especially on Dark.
JD Drake with his see-through shirts that I don't know why he's wearing them. The man's man there. It's like if you took Silas Young in Ring of Honor and tried to dress him up for the club badly. But it works for them, right? These were just random people.
It's just one of those things where like the other three guys, they fit together fine. You know, it makes sense. But it's just one of those things where like when they first brought JD Drake onto Dark, and he was just like indie journeyman guy, but everyone that you would talk to about him were like, no, dude, watch this, he's good, you're gonna see. And then they like put him in the ring with Kingston, and they had this great match, and you're like, oh my god, this JD Drake, he looks like, he's like my dad. But look, look at him doing his thing out there. This guy's amazing. They should keep this guy around because he's unique. He's different. He's not like every other, assembly line, pro wrestler that you see sometimes.
If you haven't seen this guy,
when they kept him around, you're like, yes, they're keeping him around, and then they put him in this, and you're like, this is even better. So it's nice.
If you haven't seen JD Drake, just imagine sort of a Trevor Murdoch type.
Like a young Trevor Murdoch.
Every gimmick you guys describe on this show sounds like head cheese to me.
Okay, well, I love head cheese too.
No, it's like, hey, here's a crazy idea. We're gonna take a weird guy and we're gonna pair him with a normal guy. But guess what? The weird guy's gonna try and make the normal guy slightly weirder.
Mike,
it's gonna be like it's just
I want to tell you. Listen, Mike.
I don't know. It's
I filmed this show this weekend. I filmed this show this weekend.
No, but
wait, Mike. I filmed the show this meeting that had a Bosnian security guy, a guy that played football, not football, but football, rugby maybe, I don't know. A guy an officer, a detective, and a deputy. Okay.
Soccer?
So what's that?
Do you mean
no?
soccer?
The other one. I think it was rugby. Actually, I don't know. It's the first time seeing him. Let's see what else we had on this show. This is that's what wrestling is, Mike. Let's see if this show works.
Sometimes you put guys together and nothing happens, and sometimes you put guys together and there's chemistry,
but
and something happens.
First
and
step
this time
is
it happened.
It wouldn't surprise me that when the AEW video game comes out and you have your creator wrestler option,
it has 150 wrestlers on it because they could do that.
Hold on. When you have your creator wrestler option, before you even have the option to write your wrestler's name, you have to pick a faction for him to join.
Oh, you gonna get on this faction thing now?
Come on.
All right, legitimate question.
Why is the faction? Well, first of all, the point is,
I have a legitimate question.
How many factions are in AEW?
Yes.
A lot. There are
no.
factions.
I want an actual number.
Why do you need a number?
Yeah,
because
why?
I need to know.
Why does it?
I tell you what.
Why does it matter?
You count the factions because I don't give a crap how many factions there
No.
are. Okay, how about that?
It helps you. It helps keep all the people that look the same, like, relevant, right?
Does it?
I don't think that's what the point you're going for.
No.
No.
Look, it's
Wow.
it's part of it is the flavor of AEW. That's part of the
Yes.
flavor of the promotion is that this is a faction promotion. Just because it's like that in New Japan too. Part of the flavor of New Japan is that everybody's in a gang.
So
Yes.
Everybody's in a
basically, what you're
faction.
saying is AEW is doing nothing but ripping off New Japan.
No.
I mean, are
AEW is
they
inspired
ripping
by
off?
New Japan.
I mean, inspired, perhaps, but
Inspired.
I mean, I think there's definitely some booking inspiration
Yes.
from Japanese wrestling that's at play in
Yes,
AEW.
because
but-
every promotion's original, Mike.
Lucha Underground was.
Lucha Underground took things
Lucha-
from other
Lucha
places.
Underground
but
was
yeah,
Fairly
I
original.
mean, yeah, fairly, yes, but I mean that's an anomaly. It's an anomaly.
Mhm.
AEW is doing the faction thing. Matt Hardy putting people over to the moon is fucking great. The Dark Order is getting serious with this shit. And Nick Nemeth is doing more development than I think Dolph Ziggler has in 10 years. They're growing things right here. It's developing in front of our eyes. It's like if you mashed NXT in with a Raw that you could watch.
No,
I just think it helps to give guys direction. It helps to
but,
get
but
people over. It's definitely helped to get some guys over.
it just
Oh,
by
yeah.
seems like
lumping them up.
TNA to me.
I don't
Oh,
recall
fuck
TNA
no.
being a
Fuck
faction
no.
promotion.
Not even a little bit, man.
You don't recall TNA being a faction-heavy promotion?
I mean, I
You,
recall
sir,
a
Did
number
not
of
watch
I
TNA.
I
No,
recall
wait,
a
wait.
number of like main event level factions in TNA, but I don't recall them all being in a faction.
No.
that a
TNA's
thing
problem
that
was TNA's problem was there was always a faction that would start taking over, and we'd do a lockdown war games every year, and it became that cyclical thing. I was like, okay, what's the new faction that's going to be against the establishment? And it became this, it became that, and it became like they didn't know how to do anything else. You know, whereas like we haven't been with this promotion long enough to see if it's going to have some crazy cycle like that. Obviously, 2 years in a row, Stadium Stampede is maybe one of those things, and Inner Circle's involved in both of them. Of course. Okay, give you that. But that's our first instance of that. That doesn't mean it's a death knell coming up the way, because everybody's digging it right now, right? So
Not everyone.
I mean,
is
yeah,
digging
you're
it.
not,
Yeah,
but
well,
over 1 million
yeah.
people on Wednesday nights are, Mike. So what?
No, but all of the factions seem exactly the same to me, except for
Because
the
you're
Elite.
not watching Dark and Elevation, Mike, to actually
Because
see them
there's
get
no
fleshed
reason
out.
to.
No,
There's no reason to, because none of these people that you have mentioned tonight show up on TV.
See, that's not entirely.
I have not
accurate,
seen
but-
Peter Avalon on television in, I think, legitimately a year.
Well, there are definitely acts that we.
I honestly did not know
He's been on
he
it.
was still
He's been
employed.
on in the last
There you
6
go.
months. He's definitely been
There
on
are
in the last 6
there are
months.
definitely acts
Yes.
that we have watched over the months develop on Dark, and then finally
Yes.
get their chance to be on Dynamite. It happens. So, yeah. And as far as the faction thing goes, like Sorg says, it's probably too early in the life cycle to really tell. But I will go back to what I said earlier and just be like, this is the part of the flavor of the promotion. This is just part of what AEW is, and if it's not for you, then
But then why
go on
don't
and
they
do
have,
whatever you
like-
want to do. And apparently, there's plenty of people who want to go and watch something
But
else.
then why don't they have like a trios tag team championship,
I mean, maybe they'll have
will.
one soon.
Yeah,
I
maybe
don't
they will eventually.
or like a faction championship?
know. Maybe
That
they'll
would be
have one
interesting.
someday.
No,
I
they're
don't
not
know.
going to.
Why do you say
honestly,
they're not going to?
honestly,
Why do you say that?
hold on a second.
Why do
Because
you
Kenny
say that?
Omega
Whoa,
is the
whoa,
only
whoa,
one that can
whoa,
have
whoa, whoa.
belts.
No,
Hold on a
no,
second,
No,
hold
Why
on a
do
second.
you say that
I got-
they will never have another championship? That doesn't.
I
Guys, you should be
first
saying,
of all,
no,
Well,
they're-
Cody told me they didn't want to have a mid-card title.
No. The line you're going for is they have to create another championship so Cody has something else to win. That's the line you're looking for, Mad Mike, right there. Wasn't that the one you're looking for right there?
I'm not even gonna start on Cody.
Okay.
I'm saving that for tomorrow.
Okay, good. save your best AEW bashing for the larger audience. We need to do that.
There you go. There we go.
Because I know what you'll say, because I've seen it all.
That promo was terrible. That promo was.
I mean, it's gonna babyface a go-go, maybe. Well,
honestly, I'm already rooting for him.
I was rooting for him.
I gotta say, a go-go's pretty great. A go-go's pretty great.
I was rooting for QT Marshall against Cody, so that's just that'll tell you where I'm at on this.
Yeah.
Like, okay, fine. We'll just fucking get into it now.
You don't have to say.
No. Step on it. Step on it. Step on it.
I will let you say it. It's okay. I'm not going to disagree.
Because it needs to be said.
Well, let's do it tomorrow. Let's do it on the big show.
No. I'm good.
You know how we were talking earlier about the wrestling trope of the champion coming in for his celebration and having to have like a gaggle of women walk out with him? The American, gaslighting the American fans, with nonsense about what America may or may not be. That's another pro wrestling trope.
Yeah,
we got to work on that too.
And
we got a lot of work to do.
I wasn't even going to get into that aspect.
That's what it is.
I know.
Yeah.
But but here's the thing. Cody was looking for an excuse to name himself the American Dream.
Exactly.
That's all this was. But here's the thing. It's your dad. You don't need an excuse. Just say, to honor the passing of my father, I've decided to call myself no longer the American Nightmare. I've decided to call myself the American Dream. That's all you have to do. You don't have to go jingoistic on everyone.
That's another good word.
For some reason, restart the Revolutionary War.
I know.
For some fucking odd reason.
It's just
based on a thing that a heel did a heel thing by laying his country's flag on someone.
Yeah.
That's all it was. It's not like a go-go has been running promo after promo after promo about how he hates America.
Right.
He's aligned with QT Marshall, who is literally, if I asked you to describe an American and draw him from memory, it would somehow be QT Marshall.
I want to say, I don't know.
You might even have the last name right.
I don't know what country Nick Camarada's from.
He's from Jersey. I know
from the nation of Jersey.
I know him. He's from New Jersey.
Okay. I don't think we've heard him speak in any reference. So I
don't think so.
I just know he likes to move stairs.
But I wasn't even going to get into that aspect of it. Because
it's like
before I watched AEW Dynamite, okay, I saw so many tweets about this fucking Cody promo. Okay, I saw a lot of tweets about. I saw one thread that was it was like a 25 tweet thread breaking down the Cody promo, and I didn't read it because I didn't want to spoil myself on it. The only thought I had, I'm like, I don't know what this Cody promo is, but I bet it could have been replaced by a women's match. And you know what?
Everything.
But I mean, the only woman that was mentioned in that promo is Cody's very beautiful.
You know who's having a good time?
Daughter.
You know who's having a good time? Is Chachi. Because you know what he does?
He watches Lucha Underground like the rest of us should.
No,
that's what he does.
He watches AEW Dark and Elevation, and that's it.
No, he watches Lucha Underground.
Because he doesn't have cable, and he doesn't give a crap if he gets Dynamite or not.
Yeah, but Chachi also hates wrestling. We've established this.
No, he was just driven
not
to
enough
hate
to
wrestling
stop
at a certain point.
But
yes.
if you hate the rest,
I've talked to Chachi. Talked to Chachi. He watched all of Smallville despite hating it. So
yeah. Okay.
So
there's that.
Is Chachi a known completist, Sorg? Is that
I
a thing going on?
I guess so. I don't know how many times he's watched Parkins Rec.
We're gonna psychoanalyze Chachi without him here to defend him.
All right.
Will be the first time.
I think
the last time.
I think Cody meant well, but the execution was very poor.
I'm honestly not sure if he meant well.
I trust Cody Bentwell. I would. There is just there's a God. We really have to get into this now. We can't solve all
because we
society
can't go an
ills right
hour
here
on
in
this
one
thing.
show.
That is your teaser for tomorrow night on Wrestling Mayhem Show. Our guest will be referee George Ross. He's going to have opinions, I'm sure, on AEW. That's all we got for tonight. All I watched was Mythic Quest, so I don't have anything to talk about, so there's that. So on that note, we'll see you guys next time. Mayhem Show out. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.